Today we'll be looking at Keto Shakes. Do they affect your blood sugar much? Are they good for you? Are they nutritious? We'll try to give you some answers coming up. Well, as you can see, my lovely wife is beside me, Benedicta, and I'm always thrilled and happy to have her by my side. That's where she belongs. Welcome again to Beat Diabetes.
Thank you, Dennis. I'm so glad to be here. How y'all doing?
Well, we trust they're doing well. And I guess you could say today is Shake Day.
Yeah, shake day.
We're going to be eating drinking some shakes. Actually, we started last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we started last week to drink a whole lot of it.
We did these two shakes. One is by Slim Fast and one is by Equate.
Yes.
They both have 1 net gram of carbs, so I thought, well, they can't affect blood sugar much if they're being honest. And
zero sugar?
They did, yeah, 0 added sugar, right?
Yeah.
0 added sugar. So they didn't affect our blood sugar too much. We'll give you the exact numbers later on. But there was a problem for really both of us.
Yes.
And it was worse for me with this one. But the problem was they gave us a sour stomach. I didn't like the way they made my stomach feel. How about you?
Yeah, I had a little stomach upset after drinking both of them. And like the third one we've not taken, but these two, after taking this one the first day, I was like, okay, what is really upsetting my stomach? But I kind of overlooked it. But when we took the second one,
which was
and the thing started again. I was like, okay, this thing is really upsetting my stomach. And then you complain the same thing. Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Now, was the upset equal for both, or was one worse than the other?
I think one was more than the other.
Which one was the worst?
This one.
Yeah, me too. The first one, it was a slight discomfort, kind of a sour stomach a little bit, just didn't feel quite at ease, and it went away after maybe an hour or so. Mm. But this baby, this was terrible for me. Now, it may be a totally different experience for you, so we're not saying that everybody's going to get this feeling, but boy, I felt horrible, just terrible for about the first couple of hours after drinking this. Right. Now, we did drink it on an empty stomach. We didn't have any kind of food before.
Yeah.
And I felt lousy, and it kind of went away as the day went on, but I never lost that feeling totally until the next morning. Even when I went to bed at night that night, I still felt a little weird. And I was like, I will never drink either one of these again because of that. So
But if it's good for you, you can drink. But we're just saying for us.
Right. We're not suggesting that it's going to make everybody feel that way, but it sure did us. Now, I'm a little scared about this one.
Me too.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to sacrifice my body and my stomach for the sake of
have to do that.
Our YouTube friends. Mm-hmm. But, one of the things about this is I was looking, I've actually got the ingredients here.
Okay.
And this does not have a lot of carbs to a lot of net carbs. It's not going to affect blood sugar too much. But if you look at the ingredients, there is a huge list of ingredients.
Okay.
If you go to the store and you buy an apple, what do you get?
Apple.
You get an apple. And the ingredients is exactly one thing, an apple. If you go and buy some peanuts, what do you get?
Peanuts.
You get peanuts. Maybe they put
little
some salt
sugar,
on it.
Salt.
Not sugar normally.
Okay.
But anyway, if you look at the ingredients of these two, really they're both very similar in their ingredients. But right now I'm reading from this Equate vanilla shake.
Right.
It has all kinds of stuff. I mean, a long list. It's got maltodextrin. It's got soy protein isolate, cellulose gel, soy lecithin, salt, gallum gum, cellulose gum, sucralose, potassium citrate, dipotassium phosphate, tricalcium phosphate. Wow. And I'm just getting started. There's a whole bunch more.
Yeah, I would just compliment you for, pronouncing a whole lot of things that some of them you can't even pronounce, but you are doing great,
Dennis. I don't know if I'm doing great or not because there's nobody to correct me and say, well, Dennis, that's really not the way. But
okay.
Someone may write in and say, that's not how you say that at all.
Yeah, that's not how to pronounce
and
that.
I've had that in the comments once in a while. They say, well, you didn't say that right.
Okay.
Especially with my Midwest way of saying potatoes.
Potatoes?
In the Midwest, we call them potatoes. But
we call them potatoes.
I've been corrected over and over again and said, Dennis, you don't say potatoes, you say potatoes. So I finally learned just to please everybody and say potatoes. But
right.
In my heart, I'm saying potatoes. Anyway.
Yeah, correct us if he's pronouncing those wrong.
Let's just focus in on one of these ingredients, which I have no idea what it is.
What?
Dipotassium phosphate. Now, imagine you go to the produce section of the grocery store. You've got celery, you've got spinach, you've got apples and oranges, you've got avocados, all these nice natural foods. Right. You go to the produce worker who's working there in the produce department. You say, well, I see you've got celery, you've got spinach, you've got avocados, but where's the dipotassium sulfate? What is he going to say?
What is that?
What is that? No, we don't carry dipotassium sulfate. What is it? I don't know. What good is it? I don't know. Why do they see fit to put in dozens? It seems like dozens. Maybe it's 20, 30 ingredients. I didn't count them, but so many ingredients. Why can't you just do it with a few? I don't know, but somehow I have a feeling that within all these, the dipotassium sulfate,
one of them is what is upsetting our stomach. The
tricalcium phosphate, the magnesium phosphate, the sodium ascorbate, the zinc sulfate, the sodium selenite, and on and on and on. Within all of that, I think somehow...
You said this little bottle...
My little tummy said, I don't like that, and you're not going to ever drink it again because if you do, I'm going to protest. And that's exactly what my stomach did all day long. It protested against all that junk they put in it. So not the most natural foods in the world.
Okay.
And today we're going to do it once again.
Yep.
With this. Now, this is interesting. This is made by the Glucerna Company, I believe.
Nescafe, Nestle.
Right, Nestle's. I was thinking this was Glucerna. Maybe it's not.
Nestle food. Their food is good.
But on the cover, they proudly say designed for people with diabetes.
Good.
And Glucerna kind of works that way, too. It's like, well, we've formulated this just for people that have blood sugar problems. So you're thinking, wow, that's great. But you know what's interesting? When I look at the carbs in here, and that's generally what I go to. That's, to me, the bottom line is how many carbs does it have?
Okay.
It's got 16 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber. Deduct the fiber from the total carbs, you get 13. This has 1. This has 1. This has 13 grams of carbs for a fairly small drink. It's not even as big as these other two. So it's better than drinking a Coke for sure. But 13 grams of carbs seems like a lot in this, especially when these two can get it down to 1 gram of net carbs.
Okay.
So I don't know, you think
this would do us good or upset our stomach?
Well, that's why I say I'm scared. I really, literally am a little bit nervous about this.
No, you may be surprised. This may be the, best one so far.
It may be. Now, you've got your bottle where? Where's your bottle? You didn't reach over there and grab it and open it while I'll be opening mine and trying to talk so that people don't get too bored watching us. All right, it comes apart pretty easily. And twist that cap off. You
have to shake.
Shake, shake, shake.
Yeah, it's shake and drink. That's what it's called.
All right. So go ahead and twist the cap off. Take a drink and tell us how the flavor is.
Okay.
And I'll try as well.
Okay. The taste is really good. That's better.
It's a little better. Now, this is chocolate, and these were vanilla, so maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, the chocolate in this one is really good.
But what I will say is, I've drunk regular shakes, and you have too. Now, for me, it's been years and years and years.
I like the taste of this one too.
Okay.
This one the taste was good.
But I've drunk regular shakes.
Okay.
These don't even compare to a regular shake.
Really? I mean, you know how to make shake?
We're going to make a keto shake this evening.
We're making shake.
What I'm saying is, back in the days when I didn't mind sugar, I drank regular shakes. You've drunk regular shakes not all that long ago. We won't tell you when. But like at McDonald's or at IHOP, you've drunk regular shakes.
Yes.
And you loved them the minute you tasted them.
Yes.
These don't hold a candle to a regular shake. Why? To me, they're not all that good. This one's not bad. I think I like
really
this one
good.
better.
I like it too.
These why would anybody drink them when they're not that great? They're okay, not that great. Well, the idea is you're getting a meal in a bottle.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's easy. It's low in carbs.
Yeah.
And it's not going to affect your blood sugar much. So it has its benefits. To me, all those ingredients kind of outweigh that, but that's just me. Some people may not be bothered.
Yeah.
Having said that, we're going to drink our shake. We tested our blood sugar before coming on camera. We'll test an hour after we drink to let you know the basic spike we're going to get. And then we'll come back later on this evening with our homemade shake, which I have a feeling is going to taste better and be better all around. So,
it will not upset our stomach.
Well, we hope not. So we will see you later on. Well, as promised, we are back, and I'm breaking one of my rules, sweetie.
And that is what?
Well, the rule is normally I want to eat at 6:30 or so, and then not touch anything more. And yet here I am drinking a shake, and it is about, 9 o'clock in the evening or so. But for the sake of this YouTube video and the fact that I didn't want to force Benedicta to go through 2 days of getting herself all made up and so forth.
Why would you be telling them that I don't do makeup every day?
Well, at any rate, we wanted to just get it all done in this one day. So we are breaking the rule. We have just made, or I should say you have just made a fantastic-looking shake.
Yep.
This recipe came from the Keto Connect lady, and I watched one of her videos about shakes, and yes, I borrow stuff from other people's videos. I watch other videos. So,
add a little things to it, and we're good.
But this one I hardly changed. I did it pretty much the way she recommended. This is like a blueberry with a touch of lemon to it. And it's got some other ingredients to kind of thicken it up, like almond butter and cream cheese. And almond milk we put in here. So I'm eager to try it. We do have to report, or we are happy to report, that the last shake we drank, that Nestle's, didn't bother our stomachs. I was a little worried I might go through the same experience, but neither one of us had any problem with that particular drink.
The taste was good and didn't upset our stomach, so we're good with that.
Yeah. We'll talk about the numbers, or I will, a little bit later on. But for right now, we're going to give this the taste test. This shouldn't have many carbs, so I don't think it'll do too much to blood sugar. But right now, we want to find out, what does it taste like? Is it going to be any better than those first three? What do you think? What would be your guess?
Well, I would guess that this will really be, outstanding. It will just knock the whole of these other ones out of the way.
Well, let's find out.
Yep.
Let's have a toast to your health.
Yeah.
And let's see what it tastes like.
Okay.
Well,
it is really good.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah. When I was watching this Keto Connect lady, I'd like to call her by her name, but I can't think of her name. But anyway, she was making it, and she was putting almond butter in it. And I thought, well, I don't know how that works with a shake having a kind of a nut butter. Yeah. And you can taste it in here. But it's actually kind of good.
It's good.
I like this. This is something I could drink, and I don't think it's going to make my stomach feel bad.
I don't think so.
So we're going to give it a shot, and then I'll get back and report how all the tests went, the exact numbers that we got. And I think this is going to be a winner. So the shakes have been drunk, and the glucose tests have been done. And the results were, well, pretty much as I expected. Let me give you the numbers for Ben and then for me, and then I'll give you a few of my own thoughts about it. We drank and tested 4 different shakes: the Slim Fast Keto Shake, the Equate Keto Shake, the Boost Shake made by Nestle, and the Homemade Shake, whose recipe I got from the Keto Connect folks. Benedicta's numbers were these. With the Slim Fast Shake, her pre-test was 95, and her 1-hour post-test had lowered to 84, a significant glucose level reduction. For the Equate Shake, Ben's pretest was 105, and once again her level an hour after drinking the shake had lowered, this time to 87. For the Nestle Boost Shake, Ben's pretest was 104, and an hour after drinking, her glucose read 122. For the Homemade Shake, her pretest was at 97, and her post-test read 99. In my case, the Slim Fast Shake at the pretest level was 93, and my post-test read 88, so once again a glucose reduction. For the Equate Shake, my pre-test read 91, and my 1-hour post-meal level read 104. For the Boost Shake, my pre-test read 98, and my post-test rose to 113. And for the Homemade Shake, my pre-test was at 100, and my post-test rose to 105. As I mentioned earlier, for Benedicta and myself, we both experienced stomach discomfort with the Slim Fast and the Equate Shake, so we don't plan to be drinking them anymore. The Boost Shake did not do that, but it did yield the highest glucose rise of all the shakes, with Ben peaking at 122 and me at 113. Now, these aren't terribly high numbers by any means, but still, it's a bit of a rise considering how small that drink is, coming in at only 8 ounces. And it's really odd because on the label they boast this is a glucose control drink, and they declare it has been designed for people with diabetes. Well, all I can say is thanks, but no thanks. Benedict and I enjoyed the Homemade Shake more than any of the others, and its glucose rise was minimal, only 2 points for Ben and 5 points for me. So of the 4, this shake, the homemade one, wins the award for best taste and is far more natural than the others. So what about the fact that the Slim Fast and Equate shakes lowered our glucose in 3 out of the 4 times we drank them? I can only guess that our pancreases were a bit tricked by the sweet taste and released a little more insulin than was necessary with so few net carbs. And as a result, our glucose levels dipped a little. Now, you might say, well, that's great. You can't complain about glucose levels going down after a meal, or in this case, a shake. Well, yeah, it's good in one sense, but not really so good in another. It's always good to see your glucose levels in the 80s, but if in fact this was because our pancreases were releasing more insulin than they needed to, that extra release of insulin wasn't really so great. Those of us that are seeking to reverse diabetes are wanting both low glucose and low insulin. So anytime our pancreases get tricked like that and they end up releasing more insulin than they need to, well, it's not exactly ideal. So there you have it. All these shakes would work in that none of them sent our glucose levels soaring, but only the Homemade Shake checked all the boxes for us. Now, you won't know what these are going to do for you unless you test them yourself. So if you're wanting to drink these shakes, give them a test. But I wouldn't really advise drinking those first 3 regularly since they have so many different ingredients and additives. They're hardly a natural food. To have one occasionally probably wouldn't be a big deal, but to be drinking them every day possibly could be. Okay, that's it for now. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up so YouTube will promote it to other diabetics seeking answers. And I hope you'll subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified every time we post a new video. God bless. See you again soon.